Hello everybody and welcome to my early EFL Championship predictions. There will be one right before the season starts after all of the transfers have happened, but if you have a look, it's the 1st of June, which means the mini transfer window is open. And yeah, so let's get into this and let's start with the relegation zone. And I do have a bunch of teams that could get relegated, so I'm just going to place them in the relegation zone for now and then decide who's going to go down. So you've got Charlton, who I think might be in there. You've got Hull, who I think might be in there. You've got Oxford. You've got Portsmouth. You've got Preston. And you've got Stoke. And you've got Swansea. They are my 7 teams that I think could go down. And also at the same time, I do have a feeling that Sheffield United might do a Huddersfield. Which, if you don't know what a Huddersfield is, it's when Huddersfield were in the playoff final against Nottingham Forest, Lewis O'Brien and Harry Toffolo got snapped up by Forest after Forest won. And then all of the Huddersfield players wanted to leave after it because they attracted interest because they got to playoff final. Just like Hammer is attracting interest, Sousa is, many players are, just like Cannon and all. But then they went and got relegated and now they're in League One. So there is a possibility that could happen, but I am going to rule out 2 teams from this list right now. Swansea, because they've already done some good championship transfer business, and I'm also going to rule out Portsmouth. I just don't know why, but I feel like Portsmouth, they could get somewhere this season. But my 24th is going to go to Charlton. I think it will be a really extremely close, tight finish at the end. Like 4 teams, 5 teams, 6 teams, like the last season. 6 teams could go down, and it could be these 6. It could have Portsmouth in. It could even have Derby in. But yeah. Charlton, I'm going to go 24th, and 23rd, I have Hull City. And you're probably thinking, if I can get this in the right position, there we go. You're probably thinking, why you put Hull City? Well, they've got manager speculation. They've been rumoured with like 55 different managers. They've also not got the best of players anymore. I remember when Hull had Fabio Carvalho and Liam Delap. Now they've got Omer and blooming Coddy Drama who wants out. And then 22nd, I think I'm going to go with Stoke. I think it might be the time where Stoke fall down, but in a good way. Like, they go down, but they then rebuild, reset, and everything. But I'd also put Preston 21st and Oxford 20th. And Sheffield United, I'm going to put 18th. Because the team that's going to finish 19th is going to be Portsmouth. But they only finished 19th because Sheffield United, they were still in the relegation battle. Portsmouth were already out of it, but they had a worse goal difference than Sheffield United. And Sheffield United won on the final day. Portsmouth didn't. And they leapfrogged Portsmouth due to a goal difference. And my 17th place, isn't it? So 24th, 23rd, 22nd, 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th. No, 16th place is Swansea. I just think that with them doing some good business, I reckon they'll survive relegation, but they won't be in higher mid-table. And, yeah. I'm just trying to count which position they are actually in. So Charlton's 24th so far, Hull's 23rd, Stoke's 22nd, Preston's 21st, Oxford 20th, Portsmouth's 19th, Sheffield United's 18th, Swansea is 17th, and 16th place. I'm going to give it to Sheffield Wednesday. I just think that with them almost getting a points deduction, just like Hull and Leicester, I just don't think they can, be the very best. And that's why, for the exact same reason, I'm going 15th, QPR. I just think that with Kenneth Powell leaving, Marty Cifuentes is on leave, gardening leave is what they're calling it, but I don't really know what it is. So if anybody from QPR is watching, can you please explain to me what's going on at QPR? And then 14th place, we've got all of these teams here. And 14th I'm giving to Millwall. And, yeah, it's going to be a really tough season for Millwall, I think. They almost got the playoffs, but now they're not going to get it. And 13th, I'm going to go Wrexham. No, not playoffs. Wrexham, I just feel they could be up there. They could. 12th, it's a tough one. I'm going to go Birmingham for 12th. I just think they were a really good side in League One. They shouldn't have been in League One. They've got back up to the Championship. They'll get mid-table. And 11th, I'm going to go with Watford. Watford, they've hired a new manager. I think he's Argentinian, but he might be Uruguayan. But yeah, they've already signed Hector Cipriano from Peterborough, and I might look to change this eventually later on in the different one. But just to let you know, when we do the one just before the start of the season, I will be making sure that it starts off the video like the tier list was before, and then we can have a look from there. And then in, what is it, 10th place, I want to say, I have Norwich. And yeah, Norwich are probably going to lose Borja Sainz and Josh Sargent, but they've also got some really good youth players like that Liam Gibbs, but so Sheffield United. But I do think some of Sheffield United players will get snapped up, just like Norwich, and just like Bristol City, who I've got in 9th. I reckon Jason Knight will leave and go to a Premier League club. And yeah, 8th, we've got all of these 8 teams, and you're probably wondering, how have Blackburn made it so high up? And how have Derby made it so high up? And this isn't me being biased, but not going to lie, we've got John Eustace, and he took a Birmingham side into playoffs halfway through the season until Wayne Rooney gate crashed it. So I really think that if we get a good couple of signings, we can be in there. We can be in the mix. And 8th place is going to go to Blackburn. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling that Valerian Ismail might cook. And 7th place, you've got these teams, and one of them has to miss out. Are you joking me? I think I am going to go for the team to miss out. West Brom. I just feel West Brom, they're just not going to make it. They're going to just not make it by like a point or something. And 6th is going to be Derby. 5th is going to be Coventry. 4th is going to be Leicester. And 3rd is going to be Middlesbrough. Now, Leicester and Middlesbrough could switch around. You could also have Coventry and Derby switch around. But it don't really matter, to be frankly honest, because it's playoffs. Playoffs are playoffs. No matter where you finish, anything can happen. Like Sheffield United, they had 90 points. In another season, it could have got them promoted. But they lost in the playoff final to Sunderland, who were in 4th. So the positions in the playoffs do not matter. But Leicester have points deduction, because they probably have got one now. And they probably will get one if they haven't got one right as we're speaking. But, yeah. And 2nd and 1st, it's between Ipswich and Southampton. I'm going to go Southampton to win the league under Will Still. And I'm going to go Ipswich to get automatic promotion. Now, depending on what happens with Leif Davies and Liam Delap and like Taylor Harwood-Bellis, Aaron Ramsdale and Mateus Fernandes for Southampton and Ipswich, then we might be in a different story. But that is my current predictions and my early predictions. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can see my actual predictions just before the season starts. Why would I do one just before the season ends? Before the season starts is what I meant. And I'll catch you on the flip side.